and let's get you working your minds a little bit with a problem of the day. This one today says, Jackie found that 25% of people surveyed said yes for attending movies this week. If 45 people said yes, how many were surveyed? All right, let's take a look at this one. It sounds a little almost backwards at what we usually think about, because we're usually trying to figure out how many people were the percent of something. But this time we're looking for how many people were actually surveyed. So let's put it down here, and let's put it down on paper. Everybody back there at home thinking about it and such. Let's see what happens. First of all, percent problem. This one, important numbers. We got 25% of people, so we know that's out of 100. Basically, 25 out of 100 is what we're talking about. We also are looking at yeses. Well, that's nice because here we have a yes, so that's a match. We're not looking for who didn't say yes or something like that. We're actually dealing with the actual numbers here. And we've got a 45 that we got to figure out. Now, that is not 45 people they surveyed. No, or Jackie surveyed here. We're looking for how many did she actually survey if we got 45 to say yes. So you say, what are you going to do, Ernie? Well, we're going to do this. We're going to create a proportion. And this is the good old multi-purpose percent proportion. You say, oh, you use that a lot. Well, you know, percentages are out there all over the place. It doesn't matter what field you're in. You're worried about percentages, and you're also worried about a lot of times how many people do those percentages come from. So let's take a look at this. Let's see how this is going to work out. My formula is real easy, and it's everybody's formula. It's not just mine, but part, which means where you end up, starting with base, we're going to take that part divided by the base, equals that percent over 100. Because my friends, any percent can be written as that number over 100. So, you say, well, what do we do from there? We'll talk about it. We'll look at it. So let's first of all get our numbers where they belong. What are we looking for? We want to know where we start from. So it's going to be all about the base. We're going to put an X there. I don't know. All right, but there it is. The part, what did we end up with? Well, according to this, we had 45 people that did say yes. And we wouldn't lie about that, would we? Absolutely not. Now, on the other side of our picture, we've got percent over 100. Well, there's 100. It's not going anywhere. That doesn't change. But we do have 25 heading right up there. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret here. If you're taking an ACT and you have something like this, I'd jump that thing down to 1/4. But, you know, some of you say, well, I don't know if I want to do that. Well, 25 out of 100 is a quarter, all right, or 1/4. I would do it 1/4, then when we do the cross multiply game, it's going to come out very nice and easy. I'll show you that here in just a second. But what we are going to do is we're going to play cross multiplication here, because this is a proportion. And we're going to take these two little guys here. You see where my pen's going? That's called the means. And we're going to multiply them together. And we're going to get 25x. That was pretty easy. On the other side, we've got these two little guys called the extremes. And that's because they're in the first and last position. That's extreme to me. So 45 times 100, that's going to give us 4,500. And he said, Ernie, how'd you know that? Well, we just add two zeros to the 45. That's what's great about multiplying by 100. So really, this isn't a hard problem. However, some of you are getting a little nervy. I know you're saying 4,500, we're going to divide by 25. That looks like long division. You know what I think? That looks like a job for our calculator. So let's go take a look on the calculator, see what we've got going here. We probably want to get rid of that. Let me graph that out, and then we'll clear it. We can do some good stuff. That's an easy solution if you've got an unwanted grid on your paper and you want to get rid of it. Just go run and hit solution and get rid of it and clear it. So let's see, 25, here we go. Divided by, is what we were saying, I believe. And I'm getting 180, which is nice, which is pretty much a nice deal. So let's check that out. Let's go ahead and put it back to ourselves here. We're going to divide both sides by the 25. Calculator has told me, and it doesn't lie if you push the right buttons anyway, it doesn't lie. So we've got x equaling to, it looks like 180. Now, I want us to think about, remember what I just said a minute ago, 25 out of 100 is 1/4. So what I want to know is 1/4 of 180 going to equal to 45? That's the magic. That's how we check. So we check, does the answer we have make sense? Is it reasonable? We want the solutions to be reasonable. So let's take a look one more time here. We're going to take that 180. Oh my goodness, we're going to take a 4. That means we divide by 4. We could do that without a calculator, but you know what? We'll do it anyway. 45, we're back at where we started. So we do have 45 equaling 45. So Jackie, you're working pretty hard. Got 180 people surveyed. Wow. And got 45 yeses out of that. I guess that means 75% weren't at the movies this week. But that's your story, all right? Hey, that's our Mathline problem of the day today.